Yo, what up? Well, well, well. Good morning.
GM.
I fucking
Yo,
hate Tails
GM.
being happy. What a dickhead. Fuck you, Tails.
Good morning. Why would Moonkin need a nerf? I'm asking. No, I didn't get nerfed. I will say raid test was a little bit fucking weird. Not that Moonkin wasn't, like, good. But, here, I'll just show you. There were some bosses that, while Moonkin is quite good, you know, they're not really, it wasn't really indicative of our damage. This fight specifically. So what's going on this boss is the boss spawns in, and it spawns about 1 billion malignant tumors. And these mobs are shielded, essentially, where doing damage to them matters, but only damage after they get contacted by the wave. So doing damage to them really doesn't matter, right? Like, they die almost immediately the moment that they actually get hit by the wave. And so you contact them with a wave, and bang, they start dying. The thing is as a Moonkin, you're hitting them the whole fucking time for full damage. Like, historically, ads that were like this would be taking, like, 99% reduced damage or something. But these ads aren't, right? So you're just... Okay, first off, you're propped up on the meter. And so Moonkin looked fucking ridiculous on this fight. And then there was that stupid Twin Fang fight where... Wait, is this the wrong week? Oh, this is the wrong day. There was that stupid Twin Fang fight. Not this guy. Where these fucking ads keep spawning over and over again, and you're supposed to kick them. It's like the Salhadar ads or something. Like, so there's some fights where you just look way better on the meter than you should, but Moonkin is also good. I'm torn on what race to play as Druid. I'm mainly playing Horde. What do you prefer if I'm playing Horde side? High Mountain Torn, that's my favorite. Yeah, I don't really understand why they take damage. But yeah, I mean, Moonkin's good. But how good is... I'm not sure. Like, it's like very clearly good. But I'm genuinely not sure, like, how good it is. But I think it got no changes, right? Yeah. Like, really low key, it needs a fucking tier set buff, but the Moonkin force head is so fucking bad. Rogue added. We missed the tier set buff area? What was that supposed to be? How to rate fit with our damage profile? There's a decent amount of spread cleave. Yo, what's up, Nero? They don't really make spread cleave fights all too often. This tier has a few, which is a little bit weird. Rogue sneak into the patch, apparently. What do they do to Rogue? Anything? Where... It says Rogue added. Where the fuck was Rogue added? Oh, I see it. KR got reworked. Or KS got reworked. Okay. It's the first patch that Rogue's got in a while. And then a Mythic Plus. So So in Raid, it was kind of interesting. I think Moonkin's probably the best DPS in Raid, according to testing. But and then in Mythic Plus, there's a lot of stuff that seems pretty good. Two flavors of Mage, both Arcane and Fire, seem quite good. Ellie Shaman seems good. Arms Warrior seems really good. Affliction Warlock seems really good. I'm missing something. Balance is obviously really fucking strong. AR. Yeah, Arms, Arcane Mage, Affliction Warlock. Frosty K is apparently still performing quite well. Emo. Oh no, that's a Murderer. Oh, Devourer apparently is back on the menu after a pretty sizable buff. Shadow Priest. Oh yeah, Shadow Priest. I definitely forgot about the Shadow Priest. This spec is good. Raid and Mythic. AUG got hella fucking nerfed recently. I would be surprised if that spec is good, but I haven't tested it, admittedly. Where's Augur Evoker? Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of specs that are seeming pretty good. Yeah, Shadow Priest, Arms Warrior, Arcane Mage, Fire Mage, apparently Devourer, Balance Druid, Affliction Warlock. All seem quite good. One moment, checking in on my flight. You leaving? Yeah, I'll leaving. I'll probably still be streaming Friday. Escaping Missouri? Yeah. Alright, cool. Get it. I think this... I don't know. This add-on is throwing me Lua errors right now. Monkey character sheet. Chunky character sheet is still good? Oh, no, Prop Paladin. Oh, no one. Yeah, what ended up happening... Yeah. Go back. Yo, good morning, good morning. Let me go back and look and see what actually got changed. The Prop Paladin got changed. I can't look at this. I have to look at the fucking Blizzard one. The Wowhead data mining one is like unlookable. It's like I'm trying to read a fucking data mining post. In VSC, it's just like, ugh. I'm using Ellesmere UI, which is updated. Nope, not unreadable. I said what I meant. So a little bit damage loss on Prop Paladin. Unlookatable, yeah. Okay. Nothing, really. They didn't really do too much in terms of tuning this week. Yeah, definitely a Boomkin tier. I'm hyped. We're back. What else we got? I swear Blizzard hates rogues. No. Blizzard doesn't hate rogues. That would imply, like, Blizzard is indifferent about rogues. That's the problem. If they hated them, they would do something about it. Getting the DK raid treatment right before Mythic opens? Oh, so you mean get nerfed by 20%, complain, and then get buffed by 20%? That DK raid treatment? Herald's gotta be the most hated spec? Again, similar. I think that this is a... People are conflating hate with indifference. Og, I think, is the most hated spec. That spec actually gets attention. Ruby. I've already done a lot of rubies. Maybe make my own key. Dude, they fucking did so many dungeon changes. I actually have to read through this. I probably should read through it. It's so many. It's literally so many fucking dungeon changes. I'm not really sure about Shaman. I know Ellie's good. Yeah, let's see. Altar of Fangs. Improved the... Okay, so they changed the first... What do they do? One of the things that's been identified from the test that don't really do too much, many bosses, including Adderus and Aspects, Machimba and Ravi, didn't have too much going on. I feel like they were missing mechanics, yeah. I mean, that was... Which is insane feedback to give to Blizzard, because you're like, what the fuck? You're like, wait, this boss doesn't do anything. It feels like it's missing mechanics, because Blizzard has a tendency to make Mythic Plus bosses awful. And so then whenever you're like, dude, these feel like they're missing mechanics, you just worry that they're going to do the wrong fucking thing. But sometimes that is the right feedback to give. No one likes fighting a boss for 2 minutes. It does nothing. Yeah, I mean, like, some fights are like... I think even fights that are like heal check encounters, right? Where maybe the difficulty isn't for like DPS mechanics or doing something specific. It's totally fine, right? You still feel like you interact with the boss. Like, you have to press your defenses. You know, you feel like you still have stuff going on. There were some bosses where you're just... I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, genuinely, what is happening here? Kajin. Yeah, I mean, even if I like Kajin, you're... As a DPS, you're sitting there doing fucking damage, but you're kind of like always looking at your health bar. Increasing your attack speed, carrying... I mean, maybe... Okay, I think this fight's actually going to do damage now, as opposed to just be sitting there AFK, which is good. Toxic... This fight also felt really light on mechanics. This is really good enough. Synchronized Venom. Is that the fucking damage down? Let me look. Oh no, okay. This is a healing mechanic. Never mind. I was like, Jesus. Uncoiled Writhes no longer apply spy. Oh. They removed the damage down from them. Alright, that makes sense. Extra action button has been removed. That's good. This is a fucking this is a really weird mechanic with an extra action button. Little John. So they don't want you actually standing in the axes to remove the thing. They want you standing in the bloodlet. Or bone slicer, whatever it is. Actually, no, they just increase damage across the board on this thing. A bunch of really small stuff to try to make the dungeon feel more complete. I think that dungeon was already pretty good. I think the dungeons this season are fairly solid. Yeah, yeah, go ahead and DM us questions. Oh, is it improving the pacing of the canteen event? The canteen event was a little bit long. This is good. Damn, Huh. They made good changes to Murder Row. What the fuck is this shit? Okay. I thought Din and Alarak was actually fairly solid, but apparently Growl is not in agreement of that. Alarak the last boss? Yeah, okay. There's a bug with this. Moonkin's actually not bad. I don't know much about this dungeon, admittedly. I only did this dungeon once. Final left path has been adjusted. Okay. This dungeon felt like it did infinite fucking damage sometimes. Reduce timer. Searing blows can be dodged and parried. Oh my goodness. Rigid shard. Rigid shard the tank hit? Yeah, it's the tank hit. Okay, just making sure. Nice chicken back, because it's tuned quite highly. So. Excavating blast impact damage reduced by 8%? What? What? Is this the fucking circle on the ground? Or is this the AoE? Oh, maybe this shit doesn't actually have a fucking circle on the ground anymore. I know it does. What is the circle on the ground attached to? Oh, it's after. Oh, it's this dot. Okay. Impact damage, but that makes me think it's the fucking circle, right? So he's casting Excavating Blast here. What is impact damage? Is that the initial hit? Is it the impact of the fucking ground effect? I actually don't know. I guess it would make sense that it's the big hit before the dot, though, like THD said. The entire first section is different now in Murder Row. Looks like it's the initial hit. Yeah, I mean, impact damage, though. Impact damage I don't know. To me, that means something else. But that doesn't make sense. You shouldn't issue. Tectonic strike. Oh, the Blinding Veil left side. Oh. Okay, I'll have to go see the dungeon too. I need to redo all the midnight dungeons. I feel like the Ruby, the KR, and the Temple I got way more than enough reps on. Like I feel like I'm pretty good in those dungeons. I need to redo Altar Fangs, Den of Nalarak, Murder Row, Blinding Veil, and Voidscar Arena for sure. Draghar health increased. GG. Blazeman Destroyer health increased. Oh my god. And the timer? Increase maximum stacks from 10 to 5. Oh. Propel no longer meta? I don't know about all that. I haven't played enough. They did get their damage nerfed, but to increase the mechanical engagement, thank god. This fight did nothing. This fight did not shit. 3 lightning spires? This guy was some butt. This fight fucking sucks. Did they rework this guy? What the fuck? Now targets 2 players. They didn't really do too much. That guy. Yo, good morning. Small stuff. This is no longer a poison spell. Oh, interesting. Serpentine Gust has been reworked to a channel spell that inflicts nature damage every 1 second for every 5 seconds. Push players back. Health reduced by 10%. Burn corruption. Wait, this fight actually does stuff now. Liquid gold on Tezala has been removed. Is that the fucking frontal? Not even part of the fucking dungeon journal. Boomy's getting buffed again. Chamber Rush can be reflected. GG. Okay. These all seem like pretty reasonable changes. This is a big patch. Hey, Dan. Big dungeon patch and not much in class changes? Yeah. Probably fine. What are they spell reflecting on the second boss in Temple? Is there a tank buster that you can fucking spell reflect or something? What even is spell reflectable on that boss? The burrowing? That'd be good shit. Den of Nalarak. Yo, good morning. Time of his life pressing that button just because he could see himself at the top of the meter. See how much joy tanks get whenever they're at the fucking top of the meter? We need to knock them down a peg. Tanks shouldn't be allowed to have fun in Mythic Plus.
3, 2, 1.
It's kind of like I think tanks are getting too much agency.
5,
They really need to be knocked down
4,
a peg. You have
3,
to be able to
1.
psychologically manipulate your tank into thinking that they're having fun and enjoying playing the game as opposed to actually allowing them to have fun and enjoying playing the game.
Be ready. This is the lower of war. Whatever he dreams of, we must complete the
Do not worry about your friend. They would be Hashe,
No fun felt in my group.
their dreamer, the lower of war.
Where are we going? Holy fuck.
Only as strong
It's cooking. What the fuck?
So
This is a route?
will be tested in Nalarak's dream.
Okay, learning.
The lower
Gaining knowledge.
dreams of the
Lifelong learner.
when the winter was their only foe, preparing for its
Okay.
first child.
Quad enrages. What does that enrage do? Damage done increased by 250% movement speed. Okay. Spelling that's not worth. Moonkin back. You looking at the meter? Yes. Arcane Mage and Affliction Warlock are both actually very, very good.
Resources will keep you alive.
Is it worth my GCD? Well, it's less about like, is it worth the GCD, and it's more like, does it make a meaningful difference in terms of like my tank survivability? And in a pull like that,
Good.
the tank isn't
Resources will keep you alive.
living or dying based on my ability to soothe that enrage that off of one target, right? So like if I had an AOE soothe, it would be a different conversation, right? Say I was playing Evoker or something, it would be a different conversation because that is one global to remove all of the rages off the pack, which increases my tank survivability. But with that, the tank has to, like, me removing one enrage off of one mob isn't going to meaningfully increase his survivability. He's going to live or die based on his own defensives, independent of what I do with the fucking soothe. Because I mean, it was on 4 mobs or something there, right? So it's not. If I was really worried about his survivability, the best thing I could do is actually dispel him there. Cleanse his curse, not Opposable thumbs. Not anything related to soothing the mob. Yeah. Aircent hates the new eclipse. Wait. What are they bitching about? What do they dislike about the new eclipse? Nothing, he just doesn't want to play Moonkin? Oh. That's valid. Oh my god almighty. Oh, fuck that. He hates that it's a GCD or pressable. I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's not even something I even notice anymore.
Preparing will help you in the trial ahead. In the winter,
I can move forward if your W key is bound to your spell. I use click to move.
Their Mani Hashe use their most trusted warriors to eliminate them for the good of the tribe.
Nah, but I use ESDF. But I also hold down both my mouse buttons.
Just might survive.
Shadow's still stuck in retail? I think Shadow's good right now, actually. I would like it off the GCD. I actually feel like it's better that it's on the GCD. Like, I don't think you want Star Surge fucking macroed into Eclipse or something insanely weird. ESDF, that's right. It's nice. You get to put your pointer finger on your F button, like whenever you got your hands on your home keys. Feels natural. Two binds? Oh, yes. I think that the issue with the Apex talent isn't that it does nothing, it's that it feels like it does nothing, right? I think it like pretty objectively does stuff, and like you can see it and it does damage, but the problem isn't the problem, at least for me, is that the stuff that it does is unrelated to like what you were doing with the specialization, right? If say it granted you astral power or did something, right? It would be like and you felt the difference. That would be almost a different conversation, right? Yeah, like 4% of my damage. Like it's like regardless of whether or not it does damage. The issue isn't the damage that it does. The issue is that it doesn't feel like it does anything, because the stuff that it does is unrelated to actual play pattern, right? I'm just eat 3 and dispel myself. Like, say it. Just hypothetically, say it shot a full moon at the fucking target, right? First off, that'd be ridiculous. But, like, secondly, it would feel like it fucking does something, right? And say that full moon only did 3% of your damage. It would be worse than the current version. It would do less damage, but it would feel meaningfully more impactful. Because you got 40 astral power, you hit the fucking mob with the moon.
So the others may leave. The tribe survive for now.
I mean, I actually don't mind the Eclipse being on the GC. I don't say I like it. I feel indifferent about it. Like, I think it's fine. I do think it would be worse if it was off the GCD personally. And I think the bolts, yeah. The bolts have a... They have a nice sound. The bolts to me have a nice sound to them that I hear. So. Most things in this game are hard to even know they're happening unless you're like deep diving into the fucking damage meter in the logs, right? I mean, it's kind of like the same issue of damage downs in like if I got hit with a 15% damage down, the only way I'd be able to know that is if I'm like hawking my damage meter, right? But like nobody really is that in tune with how much damage they're supposed to be doing. Yeah, haste is the only one that you can feel. Exactly. Haste is the only one that you can feel. And it's kind of the same with, like, spell design, right? I don't think the issue is Eclipse being on or off the GCD, but I do think that for some people, the bolts don't feel like an on the GCD type of mechanic. Yeah, Apex talents are completely fucking a shambler. Had to engage in the sandbag operation. Have we maybe considered that the Warlock and the Mage aren't doing enough damage? All I'm saying is whenever I was keying with Wizthal, that guy was doing the same damage as me. And that guy's a Volpera, so you know he's up to no good. The Apex Dallas feel like Folio? No, it's definitely better than Folio. The Folio doesn't interact with your character. Is there a way to get your UI? Yeah, type !UI, you can get my UI. Also, welcome to the stream. Volperas are good. Your name is Girl Fincell Enjoyer. You would say that. You would be into Volperas, huh?
Mine are changing. All you can do is take shelter from the rising winds.
Dude, they're named that. I like Worgans too. No, that's valid as fuck. One of the usernames to exist. Kink shaming in 2026? Oh my god, talking about kink shaming. I don't know if you got any of you guys follow the TFT scene at all. There's been some weird shit going down with one of the... How would I describe this guy? The person you most expect to be weird was weird, as it turned out. So, my male body type is a male Pandaren. I'm a Coltaren personally. No, not Setsuko. The guy named El Hermano 1337. So what? Let me try to explain what happened. A French player was. He was racist towards Chinese players during the TFT Worlds Finals because he's a fucking idiot. But he wasn't like... I don't think he meant it to be racist, but he was... Doesn't matter. He's a fucking idiot. He shouldn't have been typing what he's typing anyways. Irrelevant to the point of the story. So that happens, and there's a discussion on Twitter
Dickhead. Fuck you, Tells.
about... should there be sanctions against the French player for typing something hateful in chat? Like, what the guy said was, just leave it to the Chinese to not be intentionally willing to grief one another. That's basically what he said, which, for historical context, TFT has this history of Chinese players very much playing one another super soft. Regardless, he shouldn't be fucking typing that. Doesn't really matter. So on Twitter, there was like a big debate as to like, is this racism or not? And some guy, some German guy, who's the antagonist of this entire story, not the French guy, but some German guy who's the antagonist of this entire story, was like, I don't really understand how this could be even seen as racist. And then one of the largest women TFT creators was like, okay, this is 100% racist, you're a fucking moron. And secondly, if you followed me around at the Vancouver Riftbound tournament carrying a sign that said, looking for TFT girlfriend, get a fucking life, you creepy stalker. And I was like, what the fuck? Okay, so it was a little bit hostile. And then he responded back. And he responded back like, I've never set foot on the North American continent. Also, I'm not that creepy. But I'm not creepy. I'm just a normal ass dude. And he was like, he was doing this whole martyr bit. And then, so his whole internet persona is that at the very beginning of every single TFT game, he types, looking for TFT girlfriend. And, he DMs pretty much any woman in the TFT scene that he's basically looking for love. And he hits them with the looking for TFT girlfriend, and if they say no, he doesn't DM them back. Allegedly, according to him, right? As it turns out, that guy's actually a piece of shit. The method Josh of TFT. Okay, I don't want to say he's less bad than that because we're comparing shitty people, but he's definitely, he didn't rape minors, but there was multiple people who accused him of sexual assault. So okay, you know what, the method Josh of TFT, that is maybe a good comparison now that I'm thinking about it a bit more. But it really do be the people that you expect the most to suck. No. The China guy was like a competitive player who got second in second in Worlds. This random Twitter NPC only got called out because he was, I think, there or just saying stupid shit. Oh yeah, the guy you most expect to be a creep. Oh yeah, it's a different person. The stupid
The winter do not care who you are.
Jetasaur was the TFT player who said the stupid shit about the Chinese players. And then El Hermano is the creep. Yeah, that was a really weird saga. Because at first, it was like, he was like, yeah, that wasn't me. I've never stepped foot on the North American continent. I don't really understand why you would even imply that I'm stalking you or at all a creep. And I was like, you know what? That is a little bit heavy-handed that would be implied. I do understand more of the systemic, you're kind of a fucking weirdo, making your entire internet persona that you're looking for a TFT girlfriend. Like, I think that's kind of weird. But I think to then immediately jump to blaming him for something he didn't do is a bit odd. And then as it turns out, the reason that she said that was because there was many reports of that guy actually being a fucking insane person. So then it made way more sense. Where's the other guy? I can't battle this. Oh, he had a res penny from the DK. F Mort Dog? Yeah, that's unfortunate. That guy's the GOAT. Although I will say, the Mordog stuff has always been kind of interesting to me. I'm surprised he was allowed to independently profit off of Riot's game while being the game director. That to me always seemed a little bit odd. Like, I don't think he had any... Like, I don't think he had any ill intent, so it never really festered into anything that was a big deal. But that to me seemed a little bit strange that he was allowed to be an independent content creator for the game that he actively works on. Yeah, I mean, I thought that he, you know, he was basically as upfront about it as you reasonably could be, so I don't think it really mattered. But it did feel a little bit strange. He donated his stream earnings and wasn't allowed to explicitly pocket at all? Okay, well, if that's true, then my feelings on it have completely changed. I never understood that to be true, but if that is true, then my feelings on it are completely different. You had to take a break from streaming for a while. Yeah, I mean, it's more just like, how do I just say this? Riot gives him a platform. So, like, I don't want to be, like, sitting here defending $1 billion corporation, but Riot ultimately gives him a platform. And so, but then him taking that platform and then uploading patch rundowns and shit on his own personal platform seemed a bit odd. Oh my god.
Only the strongest survive.
Wouldn't allow casters to stream on Twitch? That's stupid. I think that there's a difference between streamers and your game director. I also think it's like the content that he was putting out felt a little bit... there was a very blurry line as to like what was his content and what was supposed to be available through official Riot channels, right? Like patch rundown, like that always felt so strange to me. It's like if Ian Hazukosta started streaming on his own channel and then put the fucking PTR notes on his own YouTube or something. Right, where you're just kind of like, what? But I also think even if it's like a money thing, Riot should just pay that guy some more motherfucking money. If the alternative is him making... His stream was quite big. $30,000+ a year off of his stream and YouTube sources. Oh my god, this puddle's playing so fast. I'm a fucking bot. I gotta move insta. Alright, write that down. I have to move instantly whenever I see these puddles. I can't, like, sit there and finish my cast. Okay, he wasn't doing that, right? Like... I think realistically, he did it about as... Like, I never felt like there was a conflict of interest, but it really opens up one. If that makes sense. In a really weird way. Well, nothing was available through official channels, it felt like. Lamau? Well... Mort could have been streaming on the Teamfight Tactics fucking Twitch. There was nothing stopping him from doing that, right?
The law will not fight me without...
Yeah, and I mean, nobody, I don't think anybody's critical of Mort. Like, to me, it's not like a criticism of him getting tilted at fucking ladder on a Saturday. Like and like I said, I felt like he approached it about as reasonable as you could, but it felt a little bit odd that he's given this platform by Riot and then he's converting it into kind of his own personal platform. Strange. Whenever in reality, Riot should just be paying him more money. Yeah, like filling gaps in official channels. Yeah, for sure. Oh, he has to follow a lot of guidelines in the official channel? He wasn't doing anything insane on his private channel, was he? Aren't you given a platform by Blizzard? No, I'm not a Blizzard employee. I'm not the game director of World of Warcraft.
She has died honorably, but the death of those
I'm not a Blizzard employee, and I'm not the game director.
That is my burden. It will be yours as Hashe. Last trial is at hand. Ready to test your strength and face my claws.
Yeah.
Get behind me.
I do think his commitment to communication. The fuck? That guy just stood in the goddamn tank mechanic. I do think his commitment to communication and engaging with the community is pretty unmatched, and TFT lost a lot for that. Think so? The game director. I think that was the thing. I think that's the thing that's been lost the most is like it is impossible to find somebody who is as passionate and as well excited about like what they do on a day-to-day basis as Mordog, right? And somebody who engages with the fucking community even whenever it's arguably to a fault a little bit. And so I think it's one of those things that you take the good with the potential conflict of interest, right? Where you're like, he's doing all these great things, even though this is kind of like a weird thing that he's also an independent content creator. So you're like, yep, because you'd rather have him than not. Then you're just like, whatever. I can imagine Riot getting pissed about that shit though. What the fuck? Is that based on where the tank is? I did not know that. Oh my god, get me out of there.
My rage will find you. Not strong enough.
I'll give you cover.
I thought I just jumped into melee. I guess it makes sense that just behind the tank.
Not strong enough. My rage will
Where they weren't allowed to monetize when streaming Riot games. Yeah? No, I mean that makes sense. Like from a corporate perspective, that Riot would have a problem with it. Like the only thing that felt weird to me is that he's the game director and he was taking content that would have otherwise have gone in official channels and putting it on his own YouTube. Or on his own Twitter or whatever. That seemed a bit odd.
claws of the war
Like in lieu of you putting it on like the official TOT channel or something.
I'll give you cover.
Weren't even allowed to stream other games on Twitch. I mean, that's fucking ridiculous. That shit is, yeah, I mean, Riot is weird about that shit.
My
my tank's
rage
dead.
is unabated.
Fuck Riot. Look, Riot gets all the Blizzard talent. Because Riot pays more, seems like. I guess I don't know anymore, but historically Blizzard paid fairly low rates for compared to the industry, and Riot paid quite high. Riot MMO is gonna go fucking crazy. Yeah, we're Riot MMO to the moon. We're gonna get an that MMO is gonna go fucking crazy. Blizzard is also paid below market rates. Yeah. Blizzard pays off player passion. Maybe not. It will be released, yeah. Ashes of Creation will also be released. And, Toontown's coming back, so is Club Penguin. Wildstar 2. Final Fantasy 18, the second MMO. All these are coming out soon. Similar timeline to the Riot MMO.
Only the strongest survive.
Get behind me.
I got hit by the fucking thing? Did I?
This shames your clan. My rage is unabated. Must I sleep for millennia?
I didn't think I did. Unless I'm misunderstanding what killed me. Could also be true. I mean, 730,000 health, and I just fucking die. Is it a defensive gap? Oh. That's 75k overkill. I mean, I feel like I got hit by something that was supposed to be avoidable. Because I really never felt like I was taking that much damage from the drop. But maybe I had been, and I didn't even know. Yeah, I'm taking the drop naked again. I want to try it. Like, how low are these people getting hit? They're getting hit for 40% of their health, maybe? Why is my warlock in there? But that guy just died too. Is his gear broken? Okay. So something is, I think, maybe bugged about the drop. Yeah, Mage in fact does not live that. Is it bugged? Am I cooked? Like, that guy just died to it. I mean, it hit me for 60% of my health, right?
Get behind me.
Isn't that it's a tank soak.
I'll give you cover.
Oh my god, a rescue. I was at the human wild charge. But yes, that's the soak visual. Oh no, I'm dead. I'm alive. Oh no, not a damage split, it's just tank mechanic. The dropping the Spirit Bear only dealt the last 10. Wait, was the mage low? Hold on, I have to go back and look. I definitely got one shot by it earlier for no fucking reason, but I could not tell you why. I haven't gone back into Murder Row. This is the first dungeon I've done. Den, I'm gonna be honest, feels about the exact same. I thought this dungeon was like pretty good the entire time. I know Growl thought I was insane, but I... Oh my god, I'm getting fucked up. I had no qualms with Nalarak.
Get behind me.
Cannot escape the claws of the war god.
I'll give you cover.
Less bad Brackenhide. I think it's maybe a little bit less interesting than Brackenhide. I think Brackenhide had, like, that second area of Brackenhide with all the shitters that you get to pad on that your tank would inevitably never have threat on and you'd get meleeed to death and die. I think that was more engaging. It made me feel more alive. Oh, I'm dead. No. I'm alive. That guy hovered on top of me. That guy was coming for me. Alright, victory has been acquired. Exactly, I'm a simple man. Big pull, big dam, big fun. I don't even think I ate the slam. Like, I think that we somehow didn't kill each other. I'm pretty sure we were both going into the fucking dirt if we eat that. I'm pretty sure I also barked after it hit me.
Your strength rivals mine. Oh, the dream.
Not bad. Let's see what happened to the fucking mage. Cause he just fucking died too. I thought he was like topped and he just... Oh no, he's got a bleed on him. What's that bleed from? Does he get knocked back by one of these stupid fucking bears? Yeah, okay. Never mind. Do you think there are any lessons that WoW can learn from Fellowship? That game is really fucking fun. I think that Fellowship is so different than World of Warcraft. Like, Fellowship is the ARPG version of Mythic Plus, right? Where Mythic Plus is really not... Mythic Plus is kind of, you know... I think that they're very... I think they're designed incredibly different intentionally. I think it's closer to Diablo, right? Like, unironically, whenever Mythic Plus first came out, Mythic Plus was compared heavily to the Greater Rift system from Diablo, but I think Fellowship is way closer to the Greater Rift system from Diablo. Boomy finally good? Yeah, Boomy good. Would it be a bad thing if WoW got more RPG-y? No. I mean, it's not a bad thing, it's just a different game, right? Like if they made Mythic Raid not have any loot lockout and Heroic Raid had no loot lockout and there's no instance lock, or not instance lock, but like you didn't get saved to specific raid IDs. I mean, it would make World of Warcraft more ARPG, but it would be a completely different game, right? Like, say you remove the Great Vault and instead you could farm Mythic raid bosses as much as you want, and you could zone in with as many different raids as you want, and Heroic the same thing. It wouldn't be a bad thing. It would just be a different game. Back in my day, if you depleted a key, it was unchanged. You'd have to run it again to recharge it. Oh my god. Dude, I got a video about that coming out Friday. Holy fuck. Talking about basically how Mythic Plus saved World of Warcraft. You guys want to see the thumbnail? I recooked on the thumbnail. Not this one. This one. I recooked. And then I have another video coming out. It's getting edited currently. I suspect you might know what it's about. Putting Fragnus on blast? I mean, it could have been anybody that I put there. Somebody told me that I should put the word allegedly, like, in very small text at the bottom, but I was like, nah. The greatest pulls? Oh my god. I'm sure those comments will be healthy and civilized. Maybe. Did he get sued by Echo for not using allegedly? No, they're not gonna sue me for using allegedly. And in first place, we have the Eye of Shara Crab King pull. Be so funny. Oh, yeah. Look. You know what's crazy? I went back and watched all the footage from that era. Everybody at that time was like, they're just better than you. They're literally like, they're just better than you. There's no cheating. There's only shit that you're mad you didn't think of. And I was like, holy fuck. I was like, that's an interesting take. I remember at the time I was a little bit I didn't really know what to think. I thought that like the moment that Blizzard actually let the TGP finish, they were kind of fucked, but they should have stopped it in the middle of the day. Look at this. There's no exploits in Mythic Plus, only shit you're mad you didn't think of. Then Max and Dratnus both made a video about it, basically saying,
by the way,
same thing.
And to people who are that, or if you find yourself on a team upset about it, I'm not saying, like, if there's a team that's like, man, I wish the rules were more consistent, that's fine. But if you're a team, like, losing and then saying, you know, oh, Echo did this, and Echo did some weird shit to beat us and all that stuff, or if you're a fan of them saying that, or you are, again, you are someone who only paid attention to this because you saw a Wowhead article with the word bug in it and wanted to throw a fit, you're a fucking loser.
Oh shit! I watched that video because I was like, "What? I wonder what." I can't remember what people thought at the time. Oh fuck! That is good shit. You fucking loser. No, I think, I don't know. I think that, like, once Blizzard let the tournament finish, I mean, my thoughts are gonna be said in that video. Once Blizzard let the tournament finish, they're kind of fucked. Like, what they should have done is they should have immediately stopped their runs whenever they figure out what the fuck that was going on. But by letting them continue to do their runs, they basically allowed them to do the misdirection thing. No one actually wanted to shit on Echo while they were the best at everything, but now that they're shown to be vulnerable, people are more willing to call them out. What does that even mean? Instructions unclear, Dorky disqualified. I mean, the rules were very different back then. I had to find the fucking rules from 2021, and let me say that shit is... that was a very difficult endeavor to find the rules from 2021. Still better than not even allowing snaps? Yeah. Blinding Veil. I don't want to do Nalrek again. Drama equals snooze fest. True. Drama is interesting. We need more drama. I think my Zero to Hero video is supposed to come out in like a week or two. I got a DM the other day about it. Let me see. On track to be done before the weekend. I got that DM yesterday. The fingers crossed. It'll be done soon. What is Orthus doing? Void Scar Arena. Is DK still BIS next patch? I don't know. I don't think DK's like that insane. Argues on a DK. This guy's got the fucking love of the game. This guy wins the MDI, participates in the Race for World First on NA, and gears characters on Europe. What the fuck? Just for Mythic Plus. This guy's passion is unparalleled. I still say making MDI and TGP anything goes as far much as that's what you want would go hard. Yeah, I think it's an issue of like this is speculative, right? I think it's an issue of Blizzard probably doesn't want their game to be seen as like pretty buggy, so then they put in restrictions for what you're allowed to do sometimes. I wish I liked WoW that much. I mean, that guy's got infinite pash, yeah. I definitely like logging in way more than just raid logging, but that guy's got way more pash than me. More engagement in the comments. I think 1% goes above 4K. What's that at right now? 3,900 or something on NA. I mean, it's definitely going above one. It's definitely going above 4K on China. 3963. Yep. Holy fuck. That is insane. I think it's different when you're a live service game. 3,900. 4K. I think like 100 points is probably the most I would guess that it would go up, but yeah, I think like 100 points from now seems about the reasonable shift. Damn, China's a full 100 score above NA. Yeah, they're better than us. Do I do Den and Alarak again? Fuck it, whatever. Do Den again. Get reps with Azuna in the group. Friends of Wizthal. What's Billy playing? Arcane. I'm gonna ask him in party chat if he'll play Fire. Yeah, WoW's fun. Wouldn't have made it my career if I didn't enjoy playing every day. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really understand some of the people who make WoW their career and then fall out of love with it, because I feel like it's not something that personally I would be able to do. Like whoever you might be saying. I need the passion to be there for me to excel at whatever I want to do professionally. Yeah, I mean, to me as well, it's like, I think that's especially true with people who are like self-employed, right? And that's kind of how I view, content creation just in general, is like, I feel like passion is the number one most important thing for me.
This must be the fire lighters you spoke of. Sit.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Well, it's more just like I can't imagine like logging into WoW every day or making a bunch of content related to WoW if I was just genuinely not enjoying it.
3, 2, 1.
This must be the fire lighters you spoke of. Sit. We will start a ritual, but be ready. This is the lower of war. Whatever
get
he
fire.
dreams of, we must
Gonna be,
Do not worry about your
be
friend.
lit.
There will be Hashe, Nalara, the dreamer, the lower of war will test their strength. A Hashe is only as strong as their warriors. So you too will be tested in Nalarak's dream.
Oh my god.
The Lord dreams of the Eman's past,
Sucker in.
when their winter was their only hope.
I definitely got threat on that guy in the back, huh? I'm gonna meld. Guys, why is my healer done 0 damage? Not like, haha, my healer's doing no damage, like 0, actual 0. Huh. Made a few Vortex Pinnacles this season. I don't think that that's... Nobody... Yeah, anyway. I don't think that's the way you get people to play tank. Is to make Vortex Pinnacle the King's Rest. You get people to not like the dungeon. He's got no acid raid. Yeah, I know, I can tell. I'm looking at the fucking meter. How does he not have acid raid on? Fire doing big damn. Mage good. He heals, he doesn't do damage. Good comms. Big butterfly. That's a good character name. They call me the Moth. What would it take for you to want to main Mythic Plus, a Mythic Plus tank? Well, the thing is I want to main a tank in Mythic Plus because I think that that would be the best for my ability to be able to get into Mythic Plus groups. But it fucking sucks and is not very fun, so I don't want to do it. Brain damage, yeah. Fire is good in progression, I'm quitting the game. That's just hyperbolic. My healer's a pacifist, I think.
Good. Resources will keep you alive.
Playing is playing a Pandaren. It's because vegetarian, for sure. Melee comps right. Are you talking about on live or are you talking about on the PTR? Arms Warrior is insanely good. Arms Warrior is insanely good again, so it's going to be something that involves an Arms Warrior. Mistweaver seems like the best healer again. Currently. There's a lot of casters that are good right now, I would say. Session rate. Yeah, I mean, I think CDR is an interesting stat. The classes that I think that had some of the most fun with corruption were classes that had secondary stat scaling modifiers that mattered, right? So anything that had like crazy cool haste break points, or Beast Mastery Hunter had really cool crit break points, and then ineffable truth users, or people who use slappers as well. Slappers had a haste had like haste scaling, but like. And so did Twilight Dev. Twilight Dev also had haste scaling. But then Ineffable Truth, I think, was one of the most interesting corruption effects. I think CDR would be cool in WoW. Test of might. Holy shit. I don't trust you. I mean, it's arms is good right now. Will it be good in fucking 6 weeks or something? I have no idea. Is Ineffable Truth actual cooldown reduction or cooldown spooling? What's the difference?
Well done. You just might survive.
What's cooldown spooling?
In the winter, there were those like the Horde Manga whose greed burdened others. Their Mani Hashe used
It was a proc that would give you cooldown reduction.
Eliminate them for the good of the tribe.
For the duration that the Ineffable Truth proc happened. Like, if you had an Ineffable Truth proc as a Holy Paladin, and you had enough Ineffable Truth, you would be able to press Judge every single global. Oh my god. My healer accidentally meleeed a mob. How embarrassing. Yeah, you can slam a link in chat. Links in chat are allowed. Augmentation Evoker should have given CDR. You can't change my mind. When you start playing WoW, like right as patch 6.1 was coming out. I think my start date on my sub is like January of 2014. Or, sorry, January of 2015. January 2015. Maybe it was December 2014, but I think it was one or the other. Yeah, Moonkin looking good. Beck is quite strong currently. Moonkin fun to play? I like Moonkin. I'm also very biased. Rose a veteran? Look, I've only played this game for 11 years. Unlike some of you who have played this game for 21 years. That count? Yes, it literally counts. Been playing since the beta, yeah, exactly. Is that link allowed? What initially drew you to Boomy / keeps you playing it? Initially, well, this is my first character. So originally I was gonna play jungle with some friends. One friend was playing a hunter, the other friend was playing a Mistweaver monk, and we were gonna play jungle. That's why I got into WoW, right? I was playing like League of Legends for forever, and I had a friend who his entire family played World of Warcraft, right? And they had heard that the new expansion Warlords of Draenor was quite good, and they wanted to give it a shot, right? And so we these are online friends, not IRL friends. So our online friend group then all decided that we were gonna, and they liked PvP. That was before PvP got shitty. So our entire friend group, we were all playing League of Legends at that point in time. But then we decided that we were gonna make WoW characters, right, and PvP together. And so this character was originally supposed to be a feral druid. And as it turned out, I hated feral, I hated melee, I also didn't like PvP, and so the odds of me continuing to play WoW seemed quite bleak. And then eventually, over the course of, like, I would say a month, 2 months, all of my friends who wanted to play WoW quit, and they moved back to League of Legends. And I decided at that point in time that I wanted to keep playing a little bit and run normal raids as Moonkin. And I got the trinket off of normal from Twin Ogron. And I was looking at a BIS list, and I was like, oh my god, it's my BIS trinket, what the fuck? And I was like, oh, how do I get other BIS gear? And so then I started doing research, and I realized that you had to, like, raid. And then, or actually, I missed the part where I said that I fucking hated Feral Druid, and then a friend told me that I could log on to Balance and play ranged, and I go, what's it like? He goes, I don't know, you walk around as a chicken. Pretty cool. Never really know. And so I zero-parsed Twin Ogron and got mailed some loot that was completely undeserved, but it was at my BIS, apparently. And so, I didn't think I, like, actually knew. I think somebody told me that it was my BIS, and then I started looking it up. Started looking at, like, BIS gear, because I don't think I really had an understanding of, like, what gear was. And so then I kept running normals for a little bit. And then I joined a normal raiding guild. And this is like February, I think. So I've been playing like a month and a half. And then Blackrock Foundry came out. And I was still raiding in the normal raiding guild. But then at some point I decided that I wanted to try to pug heroic. Because I was better than all the people in the normal raiding guild. They were like age 55. I was like, what the fuck is going on with these people? Where are the Zoomers? I was gaming with some fucking dads. I think there were literal grandparents in that guild. And so then I started pugging heroic Blackrock Foundry, and I was a bit of a theory crafter for my time. I determined that the Balanced Druid 4 set that gave you cooldown. So this is at this point in time, Celestial Alignment and Incarnation were two separate abilities, and the it would give you about a minute 50. Okay, so Celestial Alignment and Incarn were both 3 minutes, and the 4 set would give you about a minute 15, I would say, of cooldown reduction for your Celestial Alignment. It could have been about a minute 30 as well. It just kind of depended. But me, in my infinite wisdom, thought, wow, this 4 set is fucking worthless. It desyncs my Celestial Alignment and my Incarn. Why the fuck would I ever use that? Bit of a theory crafter, if I do say so myself. And so I kept hugging Blackrock Foundry without my 4 set, and doing Gruul, like, I don't know, three times a day or something. Just trying to get better parses and try to continue to improve. And so I left that normal raiding guild at the beginning of Blackrock Foundry and joined a heroic AOTC guild. And we got AOTC you know, I don't know, a couple of months before Highmaul launched. And then we had aspirations of, we just got to get to 20 players and then we're going to go into Mythic. And as you know with those guilds, they never get 20 players. They never go into Mythic. But we were like progging Heroic Kill Jaden. Oh, it's not Kill Jaden. Heroic Archimond, sorry. We were progging Heroic Archimond. And I was bored one night and saw in not in LFG, but saw in trade chat that some random group on our realm was trying to pug the last, the 20th player that they needed for Hellfire Assault, which is known as one of the easiest fights of all time. And then I killed Hellfire Assault in a pug, realized that my guild that was struggling to prog Heroic Archimond was some fucking ass. And I had like straight 95s in Heroic that tier. And then I joined a guild that was progging Mythic Gorefiend. And that's how I got like world rank 500 in my first cutting edge in that guild. Look, all the Gruul's layers paid off. I was practicing. I was logging in every day, hitting the fucking dummies, going to the Gruul's lair. I had to hit the boss. I gotta be better. What rank were you in League? What role did you play? I played support. I peaked at like Diamond 5, whenever Diamond 5 still existed. I had a League era back in, I don't remember what season that was as well. So the last time I played was season 7, then I think I played again in like season 13 or something. And then I think I got all the way up to Emerald 1 that time. But I got Diamond 5 whenever I played in like 2017 or something. 16? 16. Didn't know your bottom. I love playmaking supports. That shit's fun. Dang Dev-owns. Yeah, they're giving us such a lucrative raid buff as well. Blessing of the Bronze. It's giving me some nice CDR on my dash. Oh my gosh. Look at how much damage my healer's done. Holy fuck, this guy's sicko. I take the boss on top of this guy. Is it Friday yet? Need that essay? Yeah. 9 a.m. on Friday. It's like a 55-minute video essay on Mythiclus. Blizzard will give us more dungeon bosses that aren't cyclical. I feel like this boss is pretty good. I feel like non-cyclical Mythic Plus bosses are hard to do well. Like, Gamilus, I think, was done well. But I think it's hard to make a fight that is good for 1 minute 30, but also for 4 minutes, right? They're not gonna drag the fucking... I mean, dude. Oh, okay. Sucks one away. Non-cyclical bosses don't really work that well in an infinitely scaling environment. Yeah, I don't think that they've like really tried a bunch of non-cyclical bosses, but I tend to agree.
But what about your loyalty? Come back to the
That guy was an 8-minute fight on high keys. Yeah, that guy was also a cycle of cringe. I mean, the way that you make the fights non-cyclical is like a mechanic happens at 30%, a mechanic happens at 60%, a mechanic happens at 40%, a mechanic happens at 20%. But the problem is like Mythic Plus bosses can very easily, like, you know, the 10 level only be fucking 2 minutes long, or, you know, even shorter, right? They can be like 1:20 in some instances at the 10 keystone level. And so something that's like, how the fuck do you even design a non-cyclical device for a 10? I gotta move immediately, man. What is wrong with my brain? Oh my god. I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna finish this Starfire cast. I'm fine. And then it just fucking hits me. It hit me last time too, and I died at the exact same way. God damn it, man. Oh, what's wrong with me? Sorry, I just ulted, I think. I think I just ulted randomly. Why is Moonkin back? Because it's OP. I'm a Genshin player, and I found it interesting how similar the game became to WoW over the years in terms of the world becoming less of a main thing and people were carrying out in games a lot, went from Excel sheets and living on the training dummy. I think gamer culture in general has evolved a lot over the years as well, where it's very much a heavy sentiment of like, why am I even gonna try if I'm not gonna be putting in 100% effort? And having fun is not really an option. The optimization is actually where most people derive their fun from. Yeah, I'll do damage. It's about information. There's also, yeah, I mean, accessibility of information is... But I don't think that's new to WoW. You know, I think the precision of the information, right? Like, the information is like, you know, you have Sims and the information's perfect. I think the precision of the information has increased, but the truth of the matter is that people in World of Warcraft have always sought out like elitist jerks forums and read guides and spoiled themselves more or less about what's coming. It's just more widespread, I would say, now. The guides used to suck. Yeah, it's the guides used to suck and the accessibility of information has increased. You want to lust on this? these guys that sketchy? Aside from the part where we stand the fucking ground effect. I mean, even TFT, it kind of went that way as well, where originally in TFT, the only information that was available was looking at what the top players on the fucking ladder were playing comp-wise and trying to copy that comp that they were playing. But eventually, as information dissemination became more available, now you have, you know, everybody watches a YouTube video before they play, or they have a guide on their other monitor. And everybody plays with a guide up.
Before you face the law, you must face and kill me.
And even in terms of like, so TFT used to have stats for augments and like a lot more data than it currently has. It still has stats for like items and stuff like that, and you can make some conclusions. But they used to have stats for augments, which Riot removed augment stats because they determined that they were too harmful to the player base, right? They actually didn't want players having perfect information. They would rather players focus more on just like playing. As it turns out, only some people had access to fucking augment stats, and then some people didn't, and then Riot had to figure out a way to block all of that too, because that was really cool. Because people were like, I remember people were like scraping augment stats off of wall chests, I think, somehow, and then Riot had to fucking remove that shit too. Yeah, but for a lot of people, optimizing a video game is where most of the fun lies. You think gamer culture, especially for people like optimizing, defer to theory crafting? You think for gamer culture, especially people that liked optimizing, to defer theory crafting to only select few instead of a skill being practiced personally? I mean, I think World of Warcraft, okay, so like in general, I think it's fine. I think that in World of Warcraft specifically, there's this kind of problem where people over-sim everything. I think that having sims specifically has a level of perfection of information that it makes me uncomfortable. Like I would like, because I think it removes the gameplay element of, you know, you're trying stuff. Because like, say somebody wrote a guide for Balance Druid and they don't have sims. The way that you're going to write that guide is very different, right? If you don't have sims, you're going to be like, this talent is better in this scenario. And you're like, this talent is a little bit easier but does a little bit less damage. Right? And you don't have numbers. Whereas if you actually put numbers to a thing, I think psychologically it kind of dictates how you feel about the thing, right? And I think that you would largely get the same information, although not all the time, but you would largely get the same builds or whatever. Say you didn't have sims for talents. I think that most classes, under most circumstances, would end up with about the same build. But I think that the discovery process has been removed by sims. And I think that that is something that's unfortunate. Because like, I think that the discovery it's kind of like the major complaints about the one-button rotation is that the one-button rotation is too good. But ultimately, the biggest complaint about the one-button rotation is that it removes the gameplay of doing your rotation from people who may not need to use it. Now, it didn't end up turning into that, right? It ended up turning into only people who need the one-button rotation use it in most circumstances. But there's kind of this worry that if the one-button rotation became too widely spread, you're removing the gameplay associated with doing your rotation for something that is more optimal, right? You're taking a shortcut, but in the process you're removing gameplay from it. And it's the same thing with Sims, right? While Sims are nice, it gives you a perfection of information. It's easy to do. They're very widely available. There's something that was lost as well. I think the game is too complicated and too hard to try to do your own theory crafting. I mean, currently. I actually don't even think that's true. It's a waste of fucking time, but it's not too hard, and most people wouldn't. But most people would still just play in a very similar fashion to how they currently do, where they read a guide. But a lot more people would be willing to try shit. And try a build that maybe is a little bit less damage. Okay, so like it's kind of this process of like, all right, this talent A does a little bit less damage, but is easier to play. Talent B does slightly more damage, but is noticeably harder to play. If you don't have a fucking number on it, you're more likely to click talent B. Or you're more likely to at least think about clicking talent B. But if you see, oh, talent B is a fucking, 7% damage increase than talent A, you're like, I'm never clicking talent A, that shit is terrible. You would at least try it.
The dream ends.
Yeah, Bellerin. That's why I'm liking healing a little bit more. Yeah, I mean, healing is 100% vibes based, because the ultimate end goal of healing isn't maximize your overall output with healing. Although that is certainly part of it. It's more maximizing your ability to time the dungeon, or your ability to heal that raid encounter. And I think that's, and it's kind of the same thing with tanking, right? Tank talents. I think tanks get too far up their own ass about like trying to do as much damage as possible. But yeah. Yeah, DPS do not have interesting choices. Healing just has more paths to lead the same road. Yeah, I think that's a good way of putting it. That's why I followed Crassus's Blood Decay guide instead of Wowhead. Well, I think tanking specifically, a lot of tanks lose the plot of like, your first goal with tanking is to never die ever, right? And a lot of tanks, especially tank theory crafters, lose the plot. Fire and Arcane both seem like they're quite good in Mythic Plus currently. Trinkets? Dude, trinkets are the biggest, like, tooltip hand-waving bullshit I've ever seen. What does this one say? Gebo's Bottomless Bag. You have a chance to pull out an artifact of questionable value out of this bag when casting spells and abilities, enhancing your secondary stats in various ways. There are probably no fish left in the bag, but it's hard to be sure. What the fuck did they mean? What did they mean when they said that? Like, the only way that you're supposed to figure out what the fuck that even means is you're supposed to look at you're supposed to decompile the game, look at spell data for what is input for Gebo's bottomless bag, and by looking at the spell data, it tells you what the fuck it actually does and how good or bad it is. Trying to optimize damage is the only reason to tank, so I don't quit the role. It's boring to be a meat shield. Okay, but so many tanks start to cast fucking puzzle box in the middle of combat in the first pull of Algathar Academy to get inevitably killed, and then they're just like, I have no idea what I could have done there. And it's like, dude, you needed to think about for like 4 fucking seconds that puzzle box is literally not wearable. But if you go and read your class Discord or whatever, they're like, puzzle box is my top simming trinket. Are Ray Train's Abyss in Season 2? I have no idea.
Busier than usual in here. We need to act fast.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, not being challenged as a tank is boring. I agree. I mean, not being challenged in WoW is boring in general. I think that's like something that's not even just tank specific. If you don't feel challenged, then that shit sucks. I mean, I guess as a DPS, it's easier to like brain off, kind of enjoy the content for what it is. But yeah, because I guess you always kind of have the mini game of like maximizing damage. But I think that there's like not enough tank resources that teach you how to tank hard content. Yeah, I mean that's why I didn't like tanking either. Tanking to me felt very contingent on like my success was 100% gated as to whether or not I timed the key. And very little of my success felt like I didn't have good moment-to-moment successes like you do as a DPS whenever you like press your offensive CDs and you're like, I'm feeling pretty good.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Busier than usual in here. We need to act fast.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Numbing doesn't feel worth a while. Yeah. Yeah, tank rotations. I mean, fucking Guardian Druid this season literally just presses Thrash over and over again. There was a lot of people that were actually macroing Iron Fur into... Thrash, which is, like, ridiculous. They're, like, too many fucking buttons. Elena? Oh, is tanking and Fellowship more engaging? Does it feel better? Now you look at logs, you don't see the Druid saying Thrash on CD. Really? Who would ever do that? Elena's rotation's more involved in most DPS and WoW. Which is interesting, because most Fellowship rotations are like... %80 as complicated as DPS rotations? I remember I played like Alarian and Ardeus, and both of those guys, and dude, Rhyme was like fucking legitimately 2 buttons. I expected nothing. It blows my mind that so many people like the Guardian Druid rotation being that simple. Who even are these people? I have no idea. My rhyme rotation is rhyme more than 2 fucking buttons now? That shit was literally like whenever I played it last, it was I think 3 buttons. Yeah, doing the rotation as a Guardian Druid is not the fun part. Timing the key is the fun part. You're way more involved. I mean, yeah. I don't know. I really don't think if they prune tanks to be more similar to Guardian Druid, you would get more people playing tank, though. Although you did see it was kind of interesting because you saw an uptick in people being more willing to actually try out tanking this season because Guardian Druid was so accessible. Like, I don't say accessible, so fucking easy. I don't want to use the word accessible interchangeably with the word easy. It was so easy to play. Yeah, approachable. Yeah, it was a lot more. Your ability to be able to play it at like a comparable level to whatever your main was significantly diminished. But like I don't know if that like actually would get more people to play tank long term. But you did see more people playing tank this season, or you saw an uptick in people picking up Guardian Druid whenever they saw how kind of funny it was, where it did good damage and you only press like 2 fucking buttons. But I don't know if that has like staying power. I don't know. My issue with the tank roll was like fairly widespread, but it actually had very little to do with the rotation. Although the old Brewmaster rotation free pruning did piss me off because it was so many fucking buttons. The rotation was very of little consequence to why I was not enjoying myself tanking. Threat was number 1. And no moment-to-moment enjoyment was number 2. Like those were the 2 most obnoxious fucking parts. Gathering big pulls is fun until
Your survival wasn't necessary.
Until somebody gets meleeed to death, and then you're fucking mad. You know, Greyloggers will cry if they get out DPS by tank. I don't know. We're abandoning. What? How did that even happen? Like, this is what was said in chat. What the fuck? Lag spike hard, same, and then we abandoned out and the... What? All good, all good, all good. I'm confused. It's a booming rotation right now. You press Starfire a bunch. The amount of times you see people try to tank and their brain breaks the moment they lose aggro. Oh, aggro is fucking devil. That shit is... The problem is, like, hacks... You're not in... Tanks are designed to pull one pack at a time in terms of their threat generating capabilities. And anytime you have to, like, but people don't play like that. You don't play Mythic Plus like that. So while you have the tools to gather 1 pack at a time, the way you actually gather a pack is you gather 3 packs at a time, and you have a little bit of threat on most of them, and you hope that you hit Keg Smash on every fucking mob, and you're like, God. And you actually have to gather at the speed of light, otherwise some stupid Devoured Demon Hunter is going to Void Ray your pack and rip that shit off of you. I use Ellesmere UI. Mass misdirection? No, like, I literally think that if you're a tank, mobs should be attached to you like a magnet. Like, genuinely like a magnet. There's no reason that the fucking mob should melee anybody else other than the tank. And I understand that that's like the, you know, it's removing friction, but like, dude, it's just such bullshit. Like, it doesn't feel rewarding whenever you do it right, and it feels unbelievably fucking cringe, and like you have made a major mistake whenever you do it wrong, and more often than not, you actually haven't even made a major mistake. It's just fucking shitty, and it feels shitty.
2, 1.
Busier than usual in here. We need to act fast.
5, 4.
Legion did irreparable damage to threat? Sure.
1.
I mean, I think Blizzard is just so paranoid about threat because of Legion. First off, I'm pretty sure that shit was grief. Like, I think your tank gathering 40 mobs and then kiting 100% of the time was just bad gameplay. That iteration of Blood DK definitely could have stood and just tanked those packs and done DPS level damage to those mobs, but instead they just kited because, you know, reasons. It was to avoid the mobs casting. That's also true. That was true in some dungeons. A lot of dungeons that wasn't even true in. I mean, okay, so Neltharian's Lair, yeah, the kiting actually made the mobs do functionally fucking nothing. You would kite in like lower Karazhan when the mobs would still be like bolting your ass, and you're like, why the fuck are you kiting? Like they were just kiting for fun. You would kite the entire Crab Beach in Eye of Ashara because, I don't know, reasons. But I'm pretty sure you could actually have tanked that. Like, it was... Pretty sure that shit would have been tankable. Yeah, you were taught to just kite. Like, you literally kited everything, but, like, you probably weren't supposed to. Halls? Okay, Halls made the mobs not cast. Halls and Neltharian's Lair definitely were like that, and then you would kite every other fucking dungeon. You would kite every other dungeon because of vibes. Like, if we got sent back, there would be some times that we would kite, but it would not be as nearly as much. Don't target the pelters or they stop moving. Oh my god. Yeah, the pelter, don't target, the pelter doing the disengage based on whether or not you actually had it ever, if anybody ever had it targeted, was one of the weirdest mechanics I've ever seen. I don't understand why he would do that disengage, only if he was ever targeted. That was strange. But I mean, the game was designed quite differently. Like, I'm pretty sure if you had Blood DK threat from back then now, like
3, 2, 1.
Pretty sure you wouldn't be kiting the fucking mobs.
busier than usual in here. We need to act fast.
I mean, it's
5,
just.
4.
I mean, it's just
3,
that's just information
2,
diff. It's kind of weird,
1.
but Blizzard doesn't do shit like that anymore. I think Blizzard really has tried to curb the information disparity between how they believe mobs, like, because whenever you see a mob, you think it should behave a certain way, and if it behaves in a different way, it's hard to know that unless you have somebody telling you. A healer. Darth UI. How's Boomkin's damage profile? Would say a medium amount of priority damage. Really good on spread AoE. Probably the best spec in the game on spread AoE. What does this thing do? Oh, no. The only panic button / abandon? I don't know, that's not panic, that's always intentional. Kingshin is back and he's playing Arcane now. He's in a group with Casual Addict. As the GOAT. Casual getting gapped. Look. What the fuck is this pull? It's 100 imps. They just got wiped by 100 imps. They literally got wiped by the city of imps. Yeah, what the fuck is that shit? Oh, I love that. That's a good pull. Good fucking shit, actually. Yeah, this guy's the GOAT, Kingshin. I did so. This guy was the best. This guy was by far the best mage during BFA. Whenever that iteration of Fire was unbelievably fucking broken. This guy just like randomly would do like 5 to 10% more damage than everybody else. Beast, actual beast. What's C Mage doing? C Mage is watching Azuna. Let's watch C-Mage.
Open this link. What the fuck?
为了成就来打的也有。
Yo, you found me, caught.
谁给他发链接啊？好烦啊
I've been streaming on Douyu.
那我打会儿测试服吧。谁给他发链接啊？坏得很。
Wait, what?
Holy shit. Actually, God. Just looking around at who's doing what. All right. Time is it?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
busier than usual in here. We need to act fast.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
No lust. These red guards, I'm pretty sure they do infinite fucking tank damage. Maybe it's the cap. I thought it was the guards. Maybe it's the captains. Oh my god. Shit. The old mass grip into beam technology is good. What's the deal with the Blood Decay? Why has the spec been asked for so long? Just undertuned or what? Just getting EHP checked every season or something? I feel like it's not even a tank I've ever seen. Doesn't work in infinitely scaling content? I mean, it definitely... Blood Decay was the best tank through the first, I don't know, 8 seasons of Mythic Plus or something. I don't think that that's it. I think they're... That's why I was wondering if they're getting EHP checked or like what the fuck their problem is right now. But also worked a lot different back then. How so? Because the last season was good was like, what, the last season of War Within, where you had 100% uptime on Dancing Rune Weapon? That shit was broken. Is now based on damage taken? A cap death strike. That's so stupid. Any guide updates? Nah, not much is changing. Massive fell worm. That's what they call me. blow up. Massive Fellworm was your college nickname, yeah.
Do what it takes to defend yourselves. Poking your nose where it doesn't
Massive
belong.
Fellworm.
Come face me, sneak. Let's make an example of you.
What an insane frontal visual. I'm about to do giga fucking damage to this boss.
Flee the flame. Back, you Nibbles, drop it.
Big fucking damn.
Just what I needed.
I'll have Incarn again for the next one.
You mongrel.
The Reddles debut? No, that guy's... That guy's never coming out.
Flee the flame.
Did you have to kill Nibbles to 0?
Back, you mongrel.
Oh.
Nibbles, drop it.
Oh, this boss is infinite fucking pulsing.
Nibbles,
God.
give mother a taste. I cannot read that.
Fight is hard as hell.
Flee the flame.
And so Nibbles goes away here, maybe?
Naughty little Nibbles.
Big damn. If Og and Moonkin were nerfed enough, you finally see it. Now we'll probably see some other Warlock or something fucking random Shadow Priest bullshit.
You're late. Clock in.
We will persevere. Stay the course.
The FizzComp season? I'll play Hunter on the FizzComp season.
Victory lies ahead.
Log on, yeah, I'll log back on BM Hunter again.
What needs bring you here?
They said they lowered the amount of time it takes to do this. Done.
Perfection. Hey.
Serve season?
You're getting
I don't know about that.
exposure from this.
Rogue, no CR, no lost. Could be. Three rogues and a resto shaman. You never know. Then we get very old very fast. Really not have a fucking arrow on him? Look, it can always be worse. It could literally always be the City of Threads one. Drados was in Sneaky Stream too? I did not see that. You guys save the 20 buyers from Lure Jail? Yeah, sure. Whatever they need. Although I'm not that good at that boss, admittedly. Oh my fucking god. There's not another barrel, right? Me blowing up 2 there actually griefs me? Okay. What? Oh my god.
You deserve that.
I'm hate watching. Dude, I did not expect him to be on fucking Laura. Whenever I turned on his stream, I was like, god damn, what the fuck? You only blew up the green barrel? Yeah. I remember that.
Stay put.
I wonder if we can pull Imp Island.
Did you really think it would be this simple?
I want to see it. Yeah, no, I was a little bit surprised to see that Sneaky was on Lura. Like, holy shit. Mostly because it takes a while to get there, right? That's like a big effort maneuver. Kind of a down tier for them. I mean, they're still getting C. I mean, they're in phase 4, aren't they? So they were talking about phase 4 movement. But like this, their rank is going to be a down tier for them. Oh, they were talking about it. Oh, I thought they at least reached it there. Moment of copium. Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't look at how far they got, and I knew that they were talking about phase 4 movement and like movement speeds that they wanted. So I assumed that they'd like seen it once, and then they were like talking about it for the next time they make it there. That way they don't fuck up their movements. Phase 4 is so fucking easy compared to the rest of that goddamn fight. Really got cursed by something. Yeah, I mean, I think it's not, like, it's literally, you actually don't even have to do damage, really, in phase 4. All you have to do is not Star Splinter the raid and get in there with everybody alive. And then the damage thing just does all the damage to the boss anyways. In life. Wait, they have... Wait. Do they actually have... There's no way they actually have buyers, right? I thought you were joking. I thought you were joking about their raid being bad, so they have buyers. Oh, you mean for, like, your guild? Okay, yeah, never mind. Yeah, that's fair. You need to do a better job of sandbagging. I'm literally in second place in overall right now. Ignore the fact that I'm not getting power infusion. Okay, we're gonna ignore that part, okay? Wow. The difference between being able to meld that fucking drain life versus not is about a bajillion health to this warlock. God comp is back again. Fuck my life. No, there's no AUG. There's no AUG. You see this guy? How do you stop that? Does he spam this shit? Wait, how did he just take it? How did he just take his entire health bar worth of damage? What just happened? I'm confused about this mob. Next time we pull him, I need to like actually be paying attention to like what he does. This is certainly one of those things that I was not paying close enough attention to what that guy does. Oh my god, I just got blade danced on.
Your
It just kills me!
Wasn't necessary.
What? One bear form? Why does it one-shot me? Shouldn't I have good DR versus that? Isn't that Fizz? Shouldn't Blade Dance be physical? He's killing me again. It's the one mechanic is yeah, I mean like, okay, it's one bear for, but also what the fuck? How was I supposed to know that was even in like Mortal Peril. He just kills me. He did it. Yeah, he literally just did infinite to me. He went Super Saiyan 6 on my ass randomly. Like, I think you would just, like, skip that pack. Like, I cannot imagine you actually fighting that pack. Should be like our Mana Forge 4 set. Like Alvin and the Chipmunks. What? MP3 got fucked up? I've not been told that. Start firing off the boss, I guess. How's your day been, Terrathal? Zog. Oh my gosh. Monka. We fucked something up. That could not be right. It was like, what, a 4-minute boss or something? 3-minute boss? I want to pull the Island of Imps. A busy day, but it's the 15th. How busy? Oh, is that body pull those? Let's see if he has Mass Grip up. That Limb Spect. How's the dungeon in Mythic Plus? It's way better than it was in M0. I think this dungeon's like okay. I think it has a bunch of different types of mobs that are kind of interesting. I think the pull sizing is pretty decent. I think that it's kind of it's fairly linear in terms of like you have a general path that you're supposed to be walking, but it's not. But it's not like King's Rest or fucking Temple where it's you have to pull this route, otherwise you don't get count. So this guy does Dark Pact and then he puts a shield on himself and okay, puts himself at like 1 health. If you meld this one, it's actually a really big damage gain. And bolts do damage? I have no idea, but there's like a fucking billion of them, so you're trying to like really pull them. Any advice for someone going Boomy next season? Get really comfortable with the Loons chosen. Be ready to be planted and pressing Starfire a bunch. I don't know. I think Blizzard, whenever they're, I think the people that designed a dungeon for Mythic Plus are not the same people who designed a dungeon in Mythic Zero. I wouldn't be shocked if it was something like the art team designs M0s and the encounter design team designs Mythic Plus. I don't know that to be true, but I would not be shocked if it was something like that. I think Moonkin's actually quite easy. Very intuitive. I mean, it's just like it's very similar to most other casters. You just have to really make sure that you're constantly GCD locking yourself, right? EC is easy. EC is easy from like a theoretical how do I play it standpoint, but from a actual making sure you're getting all your deliverables in standpoint, it's way harder than Keeper of the Grove. I think Keeper of the Grove is much easier.
I simply wish you had lasted a little longer.
Should have bared. Effect? These guys got Celt True Sight? No. That guy does that. What the fuck? Arctic always gaslight, bro. Starfire, yeah, like if you ever watched back your VOD and you're like, where could I have done more damage? You would immediately know, because Starfire spam is easy in that way, but Starfire spam is hard. But Starfire spam is hard in the sense that like you have to actually GCD lock yourself. Hard making dinner. Watch entire World Cup matches between casts. You should join a better guild.
As long as Silvermoon has need of it, I'll give them the fell they desire.
It ends here.
Most spells get removed. Yeah, most spells get removed over time. That one I think he fucked up, but I'm not 100% sure.
Of the power it craves, then taste mine. Feel the fell.
He's the glue. The glue. Got raid leading Lamau. These are the imp casts, right? Emperor?
Drown and fell.
Alright, I'm gonna save my Incarn and pat on the imps. Agree? Agree. That guy's huge. I can't see him. I think it's a Chungus. Chungus Among Us. Ethical padding? Yeah, they had to die. Right, summon Vile Fiend happens in 3 seconds here. My Starfire target has left. Oh my god. It's Whis. It's literally fucking a troll job. He's a Gateway Control Shark. Okay, Ken. Alright. He too low. My Chinese Shadow Priest is typing in Chinese in chat. Target this Vile Fiend. I cannot be targeting the fucking stupid ass boss. Targeting the boss is like grief. Do we think we get another set of amps? I guess I should hold my Incarn for the Bloodlust. Victory.
Still threatens.
Where's the chest?
The void storm frightens the city for good reason.
All right, not bad. All right, it's noon. I gotta go get lunch. I'll be back streaming again Friday. Let me see. So yeah, I'm gonna be streaming again Friday. I have a new video about the history of Mythic Plus coming out on Friday. It's like a 55-minute video or something like that. If you want to watch it early, you can subscribe to my Patreon for $5 a month, and you can watch it early. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna be streaming again on Friday. Make Gams edit? No. Raid test is Thursday. I'm busy tomorrow. I don't have time to go to the raid test tomorrow. Also, fuck raid testing for real. GG skis.